Hello, hello, hello. We are back with another film review. Today we're reviewing a classic, Sleepaway Camp. The film that was able to take $350,000 and turn into $11 million just because of the shock value of the ending had at the time period that released. It came out in the 1980s, in 1983, and it's something that I want to say is synonymous with the slasher genre, and I think like a little unheard of, if I do say so myself. Because even when I was thinking about the kill counts, you have, Jason with 160, Myers was like 120, Freddy at 80, 90, and then Sleepaway. Some people, I asked ChatGPT this, it was fucking wrong. It told me she killed only 5 people in this film. No, way more. You gotta count the bodies. Gotta count the bodies. You see this film, you tell me how many you think she killed. But this film is interesting, especially the first time I seen that. I was shocked because it had a twist that I didn't see coming, about who the killer is, what led to it, right? And then like there was just hints at it throughout the film, especially if you look at it from the perspective of, hey, there was a boating accident, she ended up losing her brother in the incident, right? And then now she's paired with her cousin, and her cousin and her are living together, and then they always go to this camp. It follows that same type of format or formula, very similar to like the Friday the 13th film. And while they're at this camp, that's where the string of murders start happening, right? And I like that this film it feels like socially aware, and the murders take place over strings of days rather than like all at once. And I like that because it gives time for people to react to it. I'm not saying if a murder is all happening one night that people don't react to it, but you can see how it changes the people and the dynamic and the environment, especially if you look from like the head coach or the guy in charge, how it changes them, how the kids start behaving and interacting with each other, how they have their dialogue because he makes jokes of it and their old conspiracy theories and stuff like that. It's something that I haven't seen since, I want to say, Friday the 13th part 5 is when they were aware that there was a killer there, and they started making commentary on that. The actress that plays the main lead is phenomenal. I think all like the kids were like phenomenal, even though sometimes in the time period when you have kids that are playing kids within the 80s, sometimes they have these 35-year-olds. But in the context of this film, they usually have kids playing kids, and I really appreciate this. The kills are subtle, a little bit off screen, but it leaves enough for the imagination. And then near the end of the film, they get even more brutal in nature as this person descends into madness, right? Definitely a standout for me, especially as a serious tone in the franchise. And the films that are later come in the series are a little bit more campy in nature. So yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed this film. This film is one I admit I did see on Tubi. And I previously saw it on Shudder for the first time. I look forward to actually getting this on 4K, and hopefully they have a box set for the whole trilogy. I know I like 2 a lot, but it's been a while since I've seen 2. But 1 definitely has that stamp of approval. I do recommend that you see this film. If you stumble on this video for whatever reason, don't watch any trailers, don't do none of that. Just go in the film blind, so that you're able to see the twist. And even if you know the twist, still see it. I still think it's worth the journey, because there's just things and subtleties that you pick up along the way. It's like, oh, so this is the angle that they were going for, and this is how they hinted at it. There were some things within the context of the film I did say that did age. So like if you're like PC about things, it doesn't really flow as well. A lot of the things that especially like the males within this film, or even the females, like the way that they talk to each other, you could say it's not aged or not PC, but as I will say that, yeah, it didn't age well. But the second film and the dialogue, oh my gosh, you are in for a treat. It is so much worse. It's so much worse. It's so much worse. I'm smiling because oh my gosh, the dialogue, it really tells you it was a time period. But have you seen Sleepaway Camp? What are your thoughts? Comment down below. And as always, jaritos on me. Ciao.